Hello, thank you for joining me today. We're reading through the daily lessons in A Course in Miracles, and today we are on lesson 103. God, being love, is also happiness. God, being love, is also happiness. Happiness is an attribute of love. It cannot be apart from it, nor can it be experienced where love is not. Love has no limits, being everywhere, and therefore joy is everywhere as well. Yet the mind can deny that this is so, believing that there are gaps in love where sin can enter, bringing pain instead of joy. This strange belief would limit happiness by redefining love as limited and introducing opposition in what has no limit and no opposite. Fear is associated then with love, and its results become the heritage of minds that think what they have made is real. These images, with no reality in truth, bear witness to the fear of God, forgetting being love, he must be joy. This basic error will try again to bring the truth today and teach ourselves. Let me read that again. I'm going to read that whole paragraph again. Fear is associated then with love, and its results become the heritage of minds that think that they have made it real, that what they have made is real. These images, with no reality in truth, bear witness to the fear of God, forgetting being love. He must be joy. This basic error we will try again to bring to truth today and teach ourselves. God, being love, is also happiness. To fear him is to be afraid of joy. Begin your periods of practicing today with this association, which corrects the false belief that God is fear. It also emphasizes happiness belongs to you because of what he is. Allow this one correction to be placed within your mind each waking hour today. Then welcome all the happiness it brings as truth replaces fear, and joy becomes what you expect to take the place of pain. God, being love, it will be given you. Bolster this expectation frequently throughout the day and quiet all your fears with this assurance, kind and wholly true. God, being love, is also happiness, and it is happiness I seek today. I cannot fail because I seek the truth. It's an excellent lesson, and I expect you may experience some resistance to this lesson. The breaking down of these beliefs is really challenging, I think. Understanding that, especially because where it talks about pain, so many people in the world live with constant physical pain. It's hard to imagine that our lives are supposed to be joyful and loving when we're in constant physical pain. And what I want to suggest is that we are not meant to be in constant physical pain. And when we are, it is because we are disconnected from source with our physical bodies. We have things going on in our physical bodies that are not a result of divinity in form, because we have disconnected ourselves from that energy. We see ourselves as victims. We see ourselves as, victims is really probably the biggest category. We see ourselves as out of control. We see ourselves as, you know, the tail being wagged by the dog. There's so much lack of understanding about how the body is working and the ego is working and your spirituality is working, that that's how we've ended up in this world where so many people are in so much physical pain, and so many other people are beyond that. They're not just physical pain, emotional pain. So many people are on pharmaceuticals to help them with their depressions, which is another form of pain. So these lessons are really critical. And if you are someone who is living with physical pain, please reach out to me and let me see if I can't provide some resources to help you get that under control, because it's a spiritual process. There may be a physical process as well, but to a great extent, it's a spiritual process. And I can say this with a fair amount of assurity because I lived for years in constant pain. I had many things wrong with me, many things physically wrong with me. And I was in agony every day, physical pain. And I don't experience any of that anymore. And that's a direct result of my studies and my growth in this practice, in these practices. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help share that with you. And so I hope you'll work with this lesson today and use me as a resource if you can. You can reach out to me through Facebook or YouTube or 907-351-3003. I will do my best to respond. And in the meantime, I will hope to see you here again tomorrow. Namaste. Thank you again for joining me.